Okay, who wants to see a Slayer vinyl comparison? Who wants? Because I have one. I have one for you. And today we speak for Season in the Abyss, one of the best Slayer album of all time, one of the best metal album of all time, one of the best general album of all time, uh, their most polite album. For me, it's close with Rain Blood. Still today, I cannot decide what I prefer. Maybe a bit Rain Blood, but it's two different albums. Rain Blood is in the more aggressive thrash metal sound, and Season the Abyss is more polite, more mature work. Anyway, today I'm here to speak for what is the best vinyl, what is the best sounding vinyl version of this iconic album, this amazing album. To be honest, I get very terrible with this album because I do not find it some pressing very good to listen, so I search a little more, I dig in. But also I do not find something very bad. It was the pressings I have listened, it was okay, but that's it. Okay, medium to good, but nothing bad, but nothing excellent. Like Rainy Blood, like South of Heaven, like Show No Mercy, which I will make vinyl comparison when the time comes, so stay tuned. But today we speak for Season of the Abyss, and I have 4 vinyl. And why I have 4 vinyl? Because this album has take 4 different masterings on vinyl. Example, it came out in early 90s, so there was no many pressing plants, no many countries that produced this album. Also, the 3 port countries, Greece, South Korea, example, Japan no press this album on vinyl. Greece, Spain, South Korea press it, but I'm pretty sure that they contains the same stampers with the original Europe version, because except South Korea maybe have different, but probably sunset. But Spain and Greece have the same stampers probably with the Europe. I have seen in the same year with other albums, Rusty Peace and others. So Greek no mastering their own versions. So they take copies from Europe or UK and just they press the vinyl, but the mastering was from Europe. So I assume sound better than the Europe because I have the Europe, or a little worse. It depends the pressing, but same mastery, so same sound. So I do not collect all this pressing because the waste of money. I have started to get the experience. So today I have only 4 pressing. I think it is the only 4 different masterings. And let's start. In the 4th place, I have the original. No, in the 4th place, the original. I have the 2013 or 2010 vinyl. This was mastering from Vlado Meller and one other guy, and cut. And this was in this edition was in the box set in 2010 vinyl of Conflict. These versions, but they press very few, 1,000 to US, 1,000 to Europe. Europe Music on Vinyl make the pressings. In USA, Universal. So, but this is not from the box set from Vinyl Conflict. This is the 2013 ratio. But in the Dead Vax, in the Matrix Rundown, has the same code with the box set, so they have the same mastery, so the same sound. So now important what you buy, the box set you have or this version, sound identical. I have this in 4th place. Really, I do not know if it really deserves the 4th place, but because it has some advantages, but has some disadvantages. They claim that this vinyl was cut from. I have here the sticker, vinyl of Conflict. there was recording remastering from the original analog tapes on 180-gram audiophile vinyl. You see, but they do not say specific things. Remastering from the original analog tapes. They do not say if it is this all analog or not. This is the trick part of the companies, guys. They do not say it is AAA all analog version. But I believe, because I have listened and the music on vinyl, I believe this was remastered from original analog tapes, but remastered in digital. They have the source in digital, and they press it on this vinyl. So the analog remastering was in digital, no on analog. So they take the digital mastering, they press it in US, and the music on vinyl take the same mastering, the same remastering. One guy in both versions, one guy mastering this vinyl, and just the engineer, they do some changes. They cannot do many changes. If they are the already mastering sound in that way, you cannot change many. You can put little sound stage, little bass, little this, little that, but no insane changes. So this, I think it is from digital source, and I have put it in 4th place, the US Remastered version. What I do not like it, guys, with this version, I do not like it because I feel it is very compressed, guys. The already mastering, the digital mastering, they have put it on the limits, and I listen, the sound is very bright, lag in bass, this version, but really you do not listen very good depth, very good atmosphere. It is like all is very exhausted, very on the limits. The drums very high frequencies, the guitars, the Araya vocals, barely you listen them. Okay, you listen, but you listen something like that, something that is very compressed. And like that, the vinyl is not compressed, but the already source, the digital, it was compressed. So you cannot avoid this. You listen the sound of the digital, no matter what the mastering engineer on vinyl can do. So this version is a bit compressed and little over time bleeds my ears, guys. Also, do not listen the very good and original atmosphere of the album that it was contained in the original mastering in 90 from Howie Winberg, if I remember correctly. So, generally, the pressing is good. Audiophile 180 grams, clean, no pops, dead quiet, have distortions, in groove distortions in the last songs, especially in the Season of the Abyss, because this album is a little bigger. You cannot avoid this from this version. Almost all vinyl have in groove distortion, but here I feel I listened a lot. But in general, the pressing was okay, but really is not my go-to for sure. If you want the album on vinyl, it's okay. It's the most budget version you can have. It's okay, but no. 4th place. In the 3rd place, I have the most unique version of this album, the most different, and it is the original Europe version. And why I say unique? The original US and the original UK was mastered with DMM process, direct metal mastering. So, no with the ordinary process. But the Europe, it was the only original, probably in the South Korea, but probably South Set, because they do not know to cut vinyls. So the original Europe was cut with the ordinary process, no with DM mastering. So this is the most unique. If you have if you generally you are allergic with DMM process or you're afraid, this is your only choice. This sounds okay, but of course has the disadvantages. It is the most thick sound I have listened, but the most muddy. No separation in the instruments. The bass cover everything. The bass little fuck the drums is not so powerful. The Aranya vocals is little in medium volume. Really, it is, you feel it is muddy, the version. No good separation instruments. The compressed, the 2013, 2010, whatever remastered version has better separation than this. It is very brighter, but this is no brighter. It's the most low-end version you can own, and it lacks on top end. No bright sound at all. It's very thick, little muddy, no separation, but generally is okay. Have some good things, especially in the Seasons of the Abyss, in the riff, when Hanneman start the heavy riff. I think this is the best version because the riff cover all your room. It is very thick, very heavy. The other version is little sharp, little thin, the riff, but here the riff is very heavy, but the bass and the drums and the vocals not so good, guys. It's expensive, can cost you 100 euros. So in my opinion, no buy this, avoid, if you do not see many difference with remastered 2010 2013 ratio, maybe a little more, but yeah, in my opinion, avoid it. It's very expensive to not have so great sound quality. Third place. The two place go to music on vinyl, guys. Music on vinyl. This was the version of Europe. The music on vinyl press the vinyl only for box set, guys. This is one of the 1,000 copies. Very rare. They do not press separate this vinyl only for the box set. 1,000 copies, they disappear, and now there is nowhere. To buy the box set, you need to pay 2 kidneys, 800 euros, whatever, to have the music on vinyl version. And to find separate the vinyl is very, very expensive and very, very rare. But maybe you have some chances to find separate. But anyway, this version I feel is the same and the most close with the US 2010 from the same box set. I think it is the same mastering, guys. Again, the sound is feel it's compressed, very top end, lacks on low end. It is like I feel the same, but the master engineer of music of vinyl has put more sound stages than the US, than the Vlado Meller version, and it's like the sound stage on US is here, on music on vinyl it's here. It is little more. The drums here sound amazing, guys. Really, the depth of the drums sound insane. From Lombardo, the drum sheet, probably my favorite drums of this version, guys. General, the pressing is insane, and this is the most less in a groove distortion in the Season of the Abyss and the Dead Skin Mask. You listen minimum in a groove distortion, like the compared to other vinyl versions. So I think this is the most clean, dead quiet soundstage version of the album, but still the already mastering, the digital mastering that they put here, the remastered, is set, guys. Suck balls, really. If they put the original version, even digital the original version of Howie Winberg, this will kick ass, guys. Really. So the mastering ruined this version. This version is great, but insane hard to find. 1,000 copies. What the fuck? Where the fuck you find? You need to buy the box set, 800, 800 euros. So in my opinion, don't not deserve, guys. Especially except you are crazy maniac collector, or you are like me, you want to find really the best version of this insane album. Music on vinyl, second place, close to the US. By the US, this sound more louder. It is more hot cut, more forward, more explosion. The US has no so explosion. It was not so hot cut. More sound states, more atmosphere. It is the best version you can have from the remastered version that they put in this version, the US and Europe. the Netherlands wins. And finally, and unfortunately, the best version of the album is the original US version, guys. And why I say unfortunately? Because this is the most expensive version of the album, guys. It's DMM process. I'm allergic with this process, but depends. Some DMM process sound very bad. I have shown you many examples, and I will show you in the future. Really very bad. But some other version, like Rust in Peace, it's okay, or Master of Puppets, the original Master of Puppets. So I think depends the machine, guys. Depend the machine. Here, this version, I believe they can do better. It's not the insane audiophile, but this is the most close to the original. No compressed sound, really. More dynamic range, more pleasant sound to your ears, no bleeding the compressed version I showed you earlier, no bleeding your ears. The Araga vocals here in your face, very clean. The drums amazing, very good. Also, this version I think has the most separate instruments because it contains the original master. The separation of the instruments is insane, guys. Of course, like a DMM process, the bass lack, the thickness lack, so you get more in brighter sound. But to my surprise, this is not so brighter than the US and the Europe remastered version, guys, because the already remastered was very compressed, very bright. This is not so bright. It's thin the sound, but not so bright. The drums sound amazing. You can have the best solo here. The solo is insane, guys. Very natural. The screaming in your face in your room. Vocals amazing. The guitar, the riff is the thinner. It's very thin, but still is okay. Still, I prefer the album to listen like that, like the other version. This is the most balanced, the most separated version you can own from this album, unfortunately. I do not know how the UK sound. This is the version I'm missing, the UK probably. But the UK's DMM process, and it was mastering in master disc like this. So I assume, I'm not sure, I assume sound like this. So depend the pressing. Generally the US has better pressing than the UK general, but I'm not so sure. So both are DMM process, I think sound similar, but I'm not so sure. I can guarantee that this version is great, and I believe must be the best version of the album, guys. The best version I own, but still, it's nothing too audiophile, too crazy to go and spend 200, because this costs 200 and more. Can go near mint condition 400, because it's the first pressing, and probably is the best version on vinyl. This version. That's it, guys. I hope you find my review helpful. I will show you other vinyl comparison from other bands. I do not say you what bands I will show you, but for Slayer we have Continue. I will show you. I will start to make reviews, and stay tuned. See you in the next one. Bye bye, guys.